Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I am Sandra Solomon and I am here to tell you about great fragrances.
And I'm Rotten Rebel and I'm here to help you out.
And that feels so safe because we are going to talk about the video I did earlier, which was 10 dating perfumes for women. And you have been on some dates, I guess. So I think you're quite an expert on both fragrances and what you also like on women on dates.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And this is going to be so much fun. So these are fragrances that you recommend for women when they are about to go on a date.
Yes, these are really good fragrances that I have used on dates and that I can really recommend to use on a date.
Nice.
So are you ready to start?
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. So starting off with a beautiful one from DIOR, and that's Ambre Nuit. And this is not the first time you smell Ambre Nuit.
There's, I believe when I bought this one, I can't remember if this was the first scent that I bought from Dior, but they have those sort of a shiny cups, where you can smell the scents at Dior. And I just buried my nose deep in it, and I couldn't figure out how something could be so beautiful like this one. And I still feel that it's such a magical scent, so I really love this one.
Yeah,
let's put it that way.
So this is actually, as you have come to know now, if you have seen any others of my videos, I often buy the wrong perfumes. I aim for something else, and I found this online. I was aiming for Fève Delicieuse, which you recommended to me. I was so happy. I thought I got it at a great price, but I didn't, because I paid double of what one should pay for it.
Wow.
And I ended up with Ambre Nuit, and I had just ordered the wrong one.
That was a fantastic mistake.
Yeah, it was, because this is one of my absolute favorites. I love it.
Yeah, what I really like the sort of a fizzy, sparkling side of Ambre Nuit.
Yes.
And it has some warmth to it, and it's also, I'm not sure if there's like a citrusy top on it, but I really enjoy it. And you are definitely not going to smell like anyone else when you put this one on.
No.
Guaranteed. So this is a really nice one that I absolutely love.
So if you are going to rate it from 1 to 5?
Ooh, this is so tough. At least 4.5. Yeah, and
so not
it might be, yeah, it could be a 5 as well. So 4.5 or 5. I absolutely love this one.
Okay, so 5 points, or the rating 5.
Yeah, let's go for 5. It's such a beautiful one, and I'm insanely addicted to it. So yeah, 5.
5 for Ambre Nuit from Dior. And next up we have another one that is so beautiful, and this is DONNA Valentino. Yes. So what do you say about this iris and powdery dream?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for Valentino, both on the men's and women's side. This one, so I have, I'm not sure how many I have, but I do love the Valentino Uomo line, and Donna is like the perfect female version of that line. I think this one is beautiful, and if I am going on a date with the right woman, i.e. she has an amazing personality and all of that, and she put this one on, and then I am going to go bananas. I love this one. I just adore it. I think it's a sexy fragrance for women.
Okay, so I'm guessing on a high rating then.
Yeah, this is not Ambre Nuit level, but they are sort of beautiful in different ways. But I do think this one is worth like 4.5 at least. It's really good.
Yeah, and for all of you who doesn't already know Rotten Rebel, he usually don't give high ratings if the fragrance isn't really good.
Yeah.
So 4.5 is a great
this
rating
is
from you.
Let's put it this way. Like a few years ago, I was in a relationship, and this one was one of those that I think I insisted that she would buy. She loved it and I love it as well. And I would, if I ever get into a relationship anytime in the future, this is one that I would not hesitate to buy as a gift for my girl, because this one is so good.
Yeah.
And I think this one is going to, you will, if you buy it, you will smell good to a majority of people.
So that says a lot.
Yeah.
This is your future girlfriend's signature
if she
scent,
likes
maybe.
it. If she likes it.
No,
then yeah.
she's just going to have it on.
Oh, okay. Okay, well. Okay, let's
Just
see.
kidding, of course not.
But it's a really
Yeah.
good one. Yeah.
So 4.5 for Donna Valentino.
Yeah.
So next up we have another good one, really good one,
Yeah.
and that is Gucci Guilty Absolute for Femme. So, what do you say about this beauty?
Yeah, I love that sort of a sweet, fruity side of it.
Yeah.
I think this one is a really good one from Gucci. Yeah, if you enjoy sort of a fruity, berry-like scents with sweetness to them, then you are most likely going to love this one. I love it. I think it's really feminine, beautiful, and sexy, and like I believe that you mentioned in another video of ours, that the opening is insanely addictive. So the dry down is beautiful, but the opening, you just want to spray it on and get a whiff of it.
And I do so that's why, I don't know if you can see this.
That's why it's so, yeah.
I've had it for maybe 2 months, and I'm
wow, yeah,
1/3 is gone already, and that's because I just spray it on so many times during the day because I love the opening. Yes.
Yeah, this is a really good one, and I am going to give it most likely around 4, so 4 or 4.25, something like that. It's a really nice one.
Yeah. So now we have a real gourmand one, and that is Angel Muse from Mugler. Did I say it right, Mugler?
Mugler, yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, I think
first time ever.
Yeah, I think in one of the first videos you said MUGLER or something like that. I'm not sure what a MUGLER is.
A muggler, isn't that someone who muggles?
No,
I mean,
a mugger.
steals.
A mugger, I think.
Mugger?
Yeah, you mug someone.
Ah.
Oh no, wait. Maybe it's not called mugger. Maybe it's just like a thief. And
I think muggler, isn't that a thief?
No, a muggler is nothing. I think.
Excuse me, but are you an expert in
a
this?
A muggler sounds like some animated fun bear or something.
If
look, there's a muggler on TV. We gotta watch him.
What kind of shows did you watch when you were small?
I don't know, the muggler.
So if anyone knows what a muggler is, tell us in the comments.
This one is so good. Yeah. I am a gourmand lover, so I love these kinds of scents, and this one to me is like something of like a vanilla cake meets something that is sort of a toffee or chocolatey and all that stuff.
Yeah, and it has hazelnut cocoa spread in it, so
wow.
that explains the sweet chocolate notes.
And this one I usually, when I talk about Angel Muse, I also mention DIOR Fève Délicieuse, not because they are alike, because they are not, but they sort of remind me of each other because they are so gourmandy. But so this one is, if you don't want to splash out on a DIOR Fève Délicieuse because they are quite expensive, then this one is like a budget that smells amazing, so yummy, so well made. Most people are going to drool when you put this one on, and it's not that expensive.
No. So actually the last one you are going to rate in this video is Fève Délicieuse. So we are coming down to that one.
Wow.
So this one, how will you rate it?
Oh, this is so tough. At least 4.25, I think. Okay. I think this is a really good one.
Yeah.
And combine that with that it's not that expensive either. It's like a no-brainer if you enjoy sweet fragrances, and if you love gourmands, then you owe it to yourself to check this one out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. So 4.25 for Angel Muse from Mugler,
Yeah.
and not Mugler.
Yeah, not MUGLER.
And next up we have one from Diesel, and this is supposed to contain something. No, this was a weapon of mass seduction. That's
Whoa.
how they talked about it when they released it.
Okay.
So, I mean, mass seduction might not be so good on a date. Because you might want to seduce your date, but not the entire room.
Or you just bomb her with seduction, like so she can't get away.
Yeah, and no one else.
And you.
So you
gotta
need to
hope
include
that,
them all.
Yeah, you just gotta pray that no one else get
the
because then you're
it.
gonna have a problem, because you're like out with your date, and you
Yeah.
seduce her, and then you also seduce the couple next
Yeah.
to you. And
that
then
a bad thing?
then it's gonna be like a crazy. Yeah, it could be a good thing if you
Okay,
like.
let's move on.
Yeah,
This is supposed to be for kids
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's try this on.
LOVERDOSE. So is this
So
like
it's
the original?
LOVERDOSE from Diesel.
And this is the one with licorice in it.
Yes.
Ah,
Licorice or anise?
anise.
Anise.
I think it's a good one, and it is sort of a thanks to that sort of a licorice note. It does stand out. It makes it unique, but whenever you sort of, at least according to my nose, when you put licorice in perfumes, you also get something that I like because it's different, but I also dislike it. This one is a good one. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this one in you, but this is not as good as the rest in this.
No.
So I'm going to give it like a 3.5.
Okay, so I can really agree with what you say about the licorice. It really stands out. The thing about licorice is that it often takes over the whole scent.
Yeah.
So this contains other things that also smells good, but the licorice really stands out. So you kind of forget about the other things.
Yeah.
But I do think this is a sexy one. It's different and sexy. Do you think it's sexy?
I think, I mean, the inclusion of the licorice makes it different, and different can often be quite sexy.
Yeah.
But it is like you said. I mean, I usually like compare the note of licorice with the note of vetiver, in the sense that when most fragrances with vetiver, it has that something that noses just hones in and zones in and can't forget about it. So even though you have a vetiver with a lot of different other notes, you just can't use your nose sort of focus on the vetiver. Same thing here. I mean, there are different notes in it, but you sort of think of the licorice all the time. But I think it is sexy, but it's not the sexiest, and that could be just because I don't think that licorice is the best note in perfume. But I think I'm gonna stick to 3.5.
Yeah, so 3.5 for Diesel LOVERDOSE.
Yeah.
So now we are moving on to what I already know is one of your favorites.
Yeah.
But this is dating fragrances for women. So I want to hear what you think about Herod from Parfums de Marly on women on a date.
And this one, to me, I mean, I can really smell it now. I do think that this is actually perfectly unisex. There's something about this that just makes me go insane. It's so sexy. I love putting this one on. I'm always going to have a bottle of it in my collection, but the sweetness in this one, together with the rest of the notes, together with that sort of a smoky side, I believe this is perfectly unisex, and it's just so sexy.
Yes.
And I am going to give it a 5.
Wow, the first 5. So Herod from Parfums de Marly is something you can't go wrong with.
No, it's
a 5.
insanely sexy, and I love that it's sort of a bold but with a sort of a classy side as well, and it's luxurious, and you will smell like no one else, and that in my book is a really good thing.
Yes. And next up we have another one from the Gucci Guilty line. Gucci Guilty line, very hard word. Gucci Guilty Intense, and it looks like this. What do you think?
So this is the intense one, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, you can pick up the sort of a Gucci Guilty DNA in it. And it's nice. But in sort of the list, and if I compare it to the rest in this list, it also feels a bit sort of generic, not sort of a super generic, but it doesn't feel as unique like the other ones so far. The other ones really have their sort of unique characters, if I'm gonna put it that way. This one feels a bit more generic, and I believe, I can't remember when they released Intense, but the Gucci Guilty line has been out for some time, and it was for many years, it was actually quite generic. That doesn't mean that it's a bad one, because most are going to like this one, and I believe that like the Gucci Guilty ones have been like best sellers for quite some time. So what I'm saying doesn't make it a bad scent, but I am still going to sort of compare it to the other ones in this list, and I am going to give it maybe 3.75. It's above average, and it's going to be a scent that most people are going to like when you spray it on. But I mean, if I got to compare this to, for example, Herod or Angel Muse, those are oozing of personality and all that. So this feels like a really safe one. Most people will like it if you spray it on.
Yeah. Okay, so 3.75 for Gucci Guilty Intense. Okay, moving on to one of the best fragrances for women ever made. And that is, this bottle is actually quite empty. I need to get myself a new one. Casablanca Lily from BYREDO.
So this is a really classy floral blend, and I do like that there's something, I can't remember what it is, but there's like a slight hint of something sweet that, to my nose at least, makes this, so it is a floral scent, but it sort of balances up and takes a bit of the off the sharpness of the florals, thanks to the sweet side of it. And I do love that combination of something slightly sweet, but with a focus on the florals, but the florals are never sort of too sharp. This is classy, it's elegant, and it gives me sort of like a slightly vintage vibe. It feels classic and classy, but it doesn't feel old or anything like that. This is a beautiful, like modern kind of floral that flirts a bit with something that is slightly vintagey. I really like it. When it comes to florals, this is a beautiful one. It is. And I think I'm going to give it maybe a strong 4, so it could be, it's really close to being like 4.25. It's a really good one.
So 4 for Casablanca Lily.
Yeah.
And next up we have Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford.
Yeah, this one drives me crazy. I just love that tobacco, I love that vanilla, I love the rest of the notes. This is, at least according to me, one of the best, if not the best, tobacco fragrance in the world. And it's so strong. I love that it's sort of when you spray it on and you step into a room, it demands attention. So people are going to go, whoa, what's going on? Who's coming into the room? And I love stuff like that. So yeah, I love this one.
So on a woman on a date?
On a woman on a date. That's the tricky one though.
Yeah.
So on a woman on a date, 4, I think.
Okay.
It is sexy, but it's not as sexy as some of the other ones. But it's still an amazing perfume.
I really like this one. I love it on men. It smells so good on men. I love it on myself as well, but I really need to be in the mood for it because it's so strong and so in your face and in everyone else's face. But it's a really good one.
Yeah.
So you got a 4 for Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. And the last one coming up is Fève Délicieuse from DIOR.
Yeah, I love Fève. This is like one of the most luxurious gourmands that you can ever find.
Yeah.
It smells like you are sort of going into like a dessert shop or a bakery or something, and they're just coming out with all these different sort of cakes, chocolate cake, vanilla cake, pralines, everything is freshly made, and you just stand there and you can't decide because it's all so good and it smells amazing. I love Fève. I think it's a beautiful one.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
and if
really
you love
good.
gourmands, then this is like a no-brainer if you have the cash for it.
Yes. So is this your first or your second bottle? Because I know that you love this one, but you haven't used so much.
No, this is my second bottle, and it's just that I have been using a lot of other perfumes since I got this one. But I just love it. I perhaps use it a bit less during those warmer months, but it's like one of the best gourmands, especially when it gets chillier outside. You will really sort of stand out when you put this one on.
So we have talked about this before. Do you think you can use this? You said you don't use it as much during the warmer months.
Yeah,
so...
you can. No, I think you can use this summertime as well, and I've used this summertime as well. But just maybe mind your sprays a bit. So I overspray like crazy, but I wouldn't do that with this one during the summer because I do feel that it's really strong. I'm not sure how this one is on your skin.
Yeah, it is really strong. Yes, and I have actually oversprayed it sometime in the summer and got nauseous from myself because it was too much.
But I mean, this is so cool during the summer because you can go like maybe 1 spray or maybe 2 sprays and then spray something else on that is a bit more light, and you're gonna have the perfect layering combo. But yeah, I do love this one, and this is going to be so tough. So as a dating fragrance, right? For women, maybe 4.25.
Okay.
Or a 4. The thing with gourmands is that sometimes they are not super sexy. They just smell amazing, but they're not sexy.
Not sexy, they just make you hungry.
Yeah. But this one is a beautiful one. If you enjoy gourmands, then you gotta get your nose on this one. Just mind your wallet because it's kind of pricey.
Yeah. So 4.25 for Fève Délicieuse.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have now rated all of the 10 dating fragrances that I picked out, and I have asked you to pick your 3 favorites. No matter the points, what 3 fragrances would you like to smell on your next date with a woman?
So I'm gonna start with my number 3. So these are my 3 favorites of this list, and on number 3 we have Gucci Guilty Absolute Pour Femme. I think this one is quite sexy. I love the opening. So if you buy this one and if you go on a date, make sure you spray when he doesn't watch, or when he watches, but make sure you reapply it throughout the evening because that opening is so good. But the dry down is amazing as well. I love that sort of a sweet fruity side of it. So this one takes the number 3rd spot. My number 2 goes to Valentino's Donna. I love that powdery sort of a sexy magic that this one has. I think this one is really sexy. And that leads us to number 1, and it's going to be Herod. Oh my god, this is so sexy. Highly recommended if you're a woman and if you want something that is going to smell both bold and sort of a classy at the same time. And if you really want a perfume that is going to make you smell unique and awesome, this is going to make you stand out in a crowd, no doubt.
So have you ever been so lucky that you actually went on a date and met a woman who used this without she knowing that you loved it?
No, that's the sort of a boring part, because Parfums de Marly, while to a lot of sort of a fragrance addicts, they know about Parfums de Marly.
Yeah.
A lot of those other ones don't know about the brand.
No.
So most people that I meet when I'm out and about, they don't know anything about Parfums de Marly. They know Giorgio Armani,
Yeah.
they know Gucci and all that. And I think that's quite... And I think as a man, that's quite boring, because there are so many sort of a niche fragrances, including this one, that are just amazing and so sexy and beautiful, that I probably not ever going to smell on a woman.
So I guess you are going to have to try to find another fragrance addict to date, because if you are going to get to smell this one on someone without asking, it needs to be someone who knows about fragrances.
It would be amazing, but every single one I meet always remind me that I am a crazy one with all my fragrances, and I know that I have a problem. It would be amazing to meet a fragrance addict, but it doesn't seem like there are that many out there.
No. So,
yeah, this one, number one, at least to me, and I think I can highly recommend you to use it way more often.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, it does feel like you haven't used it that much.
Yeah, but the thing is that I love this one so much, and it is expensive, so I don't want to finish the bottle, so I don't use it that often, but that's just weird thinking. I should stop thinking like that and just spray the hell out of this and buy myself a new one when I finish it.
And I just thought of it, even though this one is pure magic on its own, definitely like try and layer it. So I mean, you should probably be able to layer it with like this one. So please do try layering it to get maybe a different kind of scent profile. But yeah, use that one more often. And if any of you out there have not yet tried Parfums de Marly, order yourself a sample, try it out, ask your boyfriend how he feels about it, ask your husband if he likes it. But most important of all, if you love it and get it for yourself, I think it's a beautiful one, and it's my pick of this video. Yeah,
so thank you so much for helping out with this, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more of Rotten Rebel, and of course you want that, head on over to his channel, and I will put a link in the description. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, or do it anyway. Yeah, and of course subscribe to both mine and Rotten Rebel's channel.
And hit that notification bell.
Please do so, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.